Everyone loves the nice guy, right? He's thoughtful, he's caring, he's dependable, he holds doors, listens well, and tries to do everything right. But here's the truth that no one likes to say out loud. Being the nice guy might be the very thing holding you back. And if you've ever wondered why you keep losing in love, in leadership, and in life, even though you've been nothing but good to people, this video is going to feel like a punch to the gut in the best way possible. Welcome back to Dark Psychology. I'm Amelia, your guide to understanding human behavior, relationships, and the power dynamics that most people never talk about. Today we're diving into a sensitive but absolutely necessary topic: the habits that make nice guys invisible. We're going to break down why women lose attraction, why friends take you for granted, and why opportunities slip through your fingers, all because of how you're being nice. And let's be clear from the start, I'm not here to bash kindness. The world desperately needs more kind men. But if being nice comes at the cost of your confidence, your voice, and your backbone, then I'm sorry. You're not being nice. You're being forgettable. If you want to be respected, desired, and taken seriously, you're going to have to unlearn a few habits starting today. Habit number 1. Stop being a people pleaser. There's a difference between having a good heart and handing it out for free. Many nice guys live to serve others, helping, giving, bending over backwards, hoping that one day someone will look at them and say, "Wow, you're the one. You're special. I choose you." But here's the thing. People-pleasing is a trap. It tricks you into thinking your value comes only from how much you can give. Even when no one's giving back, you end up saying yes to everyone except yourself. And that's when it starts. The exhaustion, the quiet resentment, the confusion about why no one seems to truly appreciate you. Because here's a stone-cold truth. The world does not respect people who don't respect themselves. The more you sacrifice your boundaries to keep others comfortable, the more uncomfortable you become in your own skin, and slowly it eats away at your self-esteem until you start believing your worth is conditional. Only valid if you're useful. I've seen guys give up their weekends, their money, even their dreams just to keep someone happy. And the heartbreaking part, that person often still leaves, because they were never attracted to your yes. They were attracted to the strength you never showed. So yes, be generous, be thoughtful, but never bleed yourself dry just to feel needed. Start saying no when it matters. Start saying yes to yourself first. And here's a key mindset shift. Only give from your overflow, not from your lifeline. Because the moment you respect your own boundaries, other people will start respecting them too. Habit number 2, always agreeing just to keep the peace. Whatever you want, babe. That's cool with me. I'm fine either way. Sound familiar? That's not confidence. That's emotional avoidance. Nice guys often fear disagreement because they've been conditioned to believe that conflict equals rejection. They think, if I disagree, she'll get upset. If I say how I really feel, maybe she'll leave. So they nod, they smile, they blend in, hoping to be liked for being easygoing. But here's the truth. Real men know how to hold their own opinions without losing connection. Women don't want a man who agrees with everything just to avoid rocking the boat. They want someone with substance, conviction, and a point of view. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who agreed with everything you said? It gets boring. Respect is built when you can say, "I see it differently." And that's okay. This doesn't just apply to dating. It applies to friendships, career moves, and everyday conversations. Being able to respectfully disagree shows that you've done the internal work to know who you are. It says, "I'm not afraid to stand alone if I have to." And here's the harsh reality. If your whole personality is built around being agreeable, you're not dating. You're disappearing. Habit number 3, saying yes to everything. Nice guys struggle with one word that can completely change their lives. No. Because they lack boundaries, they end up being used more than they're loved. Let me paint you a picture. You take a woman out to eat. She orders lobster, 2 cocktails, and dessert to go. The bill comes. You know, you only budgeted for 2 meals, but instead of speaking up, you smile, pay for everything, and walk home broke. Why? Because you didn't want to look cheap. That's not generosity. That's self-sacrifice wrapped in silence. And it's not just women who will take advantage. Friends, co-workers, even family will drain you if you don't set boundaries. Saying no isn't rude. It isn't unkind. It's necessary. It's the first step in reclaiming your time, your energy, and your peace of mind. You don't need to explain every refusal. You don't need to write an essay to justify protecting your well-being. Say yes when it aligns with your values. Say no when it protects your peace. And remember, every yes you give away to the wrong thing is a no. You're stealing from yourself. Habit 4, tolerating disrespect. Let's get something straight. Being nice is not the same as being a doormat. If someone talks over you in a meeting, if someone takes credit for your idea, if someone ghosts you after making plans and you say nothing, you're teaching them that your boundaries are optional. And here's a hard truth. What you tolerate will only multiply. If your standard is silence and compliance, people will assume you're okay with being overlooked, stepped on, and treated like background noise. You might think, but I don't want to cause drama. Listen, standing up for yourself is not drama. It's self-respect. People treat you according to the standards you set. So if someone disrespects your time, your name, or your presence, you call it out. Not with rage, not with insults, but with calm, unshakable confidence. Something as simple as, "Hey, I don't appreciate that. Let's keep it respectful," sends a loud message. I respect myself and you will too. Because the reality is people can only treat you the way you allow them to. Nice doesn't mean silent. Nice means firm but fair. Habit number 5, lacking boundaries in relationships. This one's brutal. Nice guys often confuse love with emotional dependency. They think if I give enough, if I wait long enough, if I prove myself enough, I'll finally be chosen. Let me be crystal clear. You should never have to prove your worth to someone who truly values you. Stop overextending for someone who wouldn't do the same for you. Stop begging for time, attention, and affection like it's spare change. Because that's not love. That's emotional labor. And it's draining you while the other person is living rent-a off your energy. Healthy relationships thrive when both people bring something to the table, not when one person is constantly giving while the other just takes. Here's the mindset shift. Don't chase love, choose it. And make sure it's choosing you back. And when you stop bending over backwards for someone who isn't doing the same, you'll realize that you weren't too nice. You were just giving the right energy to the wrong person. Habit number 6, seeking validation instead of self-acceptance. This is one of the most dangerous traps nice guys fall into. Living for approval. The compliments, the good job pats on the back, the little signs of appreciation. It feels good, right? But here's the problem. When your confidence is built on other people's validation, it's like building a house on sand. The moment that validation disappears, so does your self-worth. And let's be real, people are unpredictable. They can love you today, ignore you tomorrow, and criticize you the day after. If you're letting them hold the remote control to your confidence, You're giving them the power to mute you at any time. Instead, your power has to come from inside. You've got to know your worth before anyone claps for it. You've got to believe in your value, even if no one sees it yet. Because here's the secret. A man who doesn't need praise to feel powerful. That's the man people notice. That's the man people respect. Approval is nice, but identity is powerful. And when you walk into a room already knowing who you are, you don't wait for anyone to crown you. You're already wearing it. Bonus power move number 1, the unpredictability effect. Want to know a secret about human attraction and respect? Predictability kills excitement. If people can predict every single move you'll make, they stop paying attention because there's no mystery left. So, here's what you do. Once in a while, break your own pattern. If you always respond instantly to texts, take your time sometimes. If you always say yes to last-minute plans, politely decline once in a while. If you always dress a certain way, switch it up with something sharper, bolder, and unexpected. This isn't about playing games. It's about keeping people on their toes so they value your presence more when they get it. Our brains are wired to crave novelty. And when you're not always available, you create an energy that says, I'm in control of my time, my choices, and my life. Bonus power move 2, the mirror standard. Rule. Here's a test that instantly shows you if you're respecting yourself enough. Ask yourself, would I be okay if someone treated my best friend the way I'm letting people treat me? If the answer is no, you already know something needs to change. You have to hold yourself to the same standards you demand for someone you love. That means if you wouldn't let a friend be walked all over, you don't let it happen to you. If you tell a friend to raise their standards, you raise yours. This shift forces you to stop accepting crumbs and start expecting the full meal. And here's the best part. Once you start living by the mirror standard, people notice that your energy has changed and they either step up to meet you or they step out of your life. Either way, you win. Fellas, I didn't break down these habits to make you feel small. I'm here to make you bigger. Because the truth is, kindness is strength and compassion is power, but only when it's backed by boundaries, clarity, and confidence. So stop being the nice guy who's scared to be real. Be the man who's grounded, secure, and not for sale. You don't need to be everyone's favorite. You just need to be your own standard. So, here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, say no to at least one thing that drains you. Speak up at least once when something feels off, and spend at least 10 minutes a day doing something that makes you feel powerful. Because when you respect yourself first, the world starts respecting you too. And remember, this is Path Stoic. I'm Amelia. If this video hit you where it needed to, drop a comment, share it with a friend who needs to hear it, and subscribe so we can keep growing together. Until next time, be kind, be firm, and stop apologizing for your power.